Greetings, salutations, respect, and love. I am Scott, and you, my dear little chicken head, you've wandered onto the Prog Corner, the #1 prog rock channel on YouTube. I don't know if the algorithm brought you here or what. Probably not, because we're talking about an obscure French prog band. So I doubt that's going to be ringing the bell for a whole lot of mainstream type of viewers. But I don't care, man. When an album's this good, I'm going to talk about it. It's Oddleaf, and the album is called Where Ideal and Denial Collide. Oh, look at that artwork, man. That is just beautiful. Just begging for a vinyl release. Apparently, these guys released this on something called, I don't even know what label this is, man. I can't read it. It's too tiny. Yeah, but whatever. You can go to oddleaf.net and figure it out. But this is their debut album. They are from France. And I did kind of start hearing about these guys, but Nathan on Shuffle and Notes Reviews did a review of this album. Marcel over on Live Prog, who we're going to have on the Sunday live stream soon. I'm excited about that. He did a review. And then Barry over there on Classic Album Review did an episode where he talked about Beardfish and Oddleaf, and so that gave them a little bit of notoriety there because Barry's channel is on fire. And then last week, I guess it was named Prog Magazine's, one of the tracks on here anyway was named one of Prog Magazine's Prog Tracks of the Week. So that's pretty cool. What do these guys sound like? Well, they got a female singer. So obviously, you know, your mind automatically goes to Renaissance or mostly Autumn. But I also hear a whole bunch of Minimum Vital, another French band. I hear some Genesis. I also hear, oddly enough, I hear a lot of Happy the Man. So who is in this band? Well, originally, Karina Terrer and the flute player. Well, Karina plays keyboards and does all the composing. And Matthew Rossi, who is the flute player, were in like some kind of Renaissance troupe where they'd go to like, you know, medieval festivals and Renaissance fairs and play that kind of music. And they decided at some point they wanted to, you know, do a little prog rock thing. So they formed a band. And originally they had a female or a male singer, but now we got a female singer. And I think that's appropriate, right? Because, you know, the person writing all this stuff is a female. So it makes sense that a female would sing it. Karina Terrer is the keyboard player and composer. Matthew Rossi plays flute and E-flute. Whatever an E-flute is, that sounds cool to me. Oliver Orlando does double duty, playing guitar and bass. Adeline Gertner is the vocalist. She's fantastic. And the drummer is Clement Couradou. Now, there are 6 songs on this thing. Just fantastic. 3 of them are instrumentals, but 2 out of those 3 are real short. So this thing has a running time of like 48 minutes, which is just perfect to, you know, put it on and enjoy yourself. Have a great afternoon. Okay, here we go, man. I'm going to be talking about the tracks on this album, and it opens up with something called The Eternal Tree. It's only 2 minutes long, but it's got all these ethereal and spacey kind of keyboard sounds, twinkling piano going on here with some modern glitchy kind of percussion in the background. It's pretty cool. It's an A minor, and then it goes to A flat. Major, kind of a real cool little chord progression. You're in 7/8 time all the way through here, and Karina's using some like woodwind patches here that sound fantastic. Nice little way to start the album. It does function as a prelude to the first real track, which is called Life. Clocks in at 11.5 minutes. And you think you're in A minor, but they're tricking you. You're actually in D minor here. And it starts with this descending chord progression, which goes D, C, B, B flat, A. You've heard it a million times, but they do it really, really well here. Adeline's voice comes in, and you realize they picked the right lead singer. She's fantastic. The lyrics to this track were written by one Diego Gutierrez. I don't know who that is. I'm going to guess it's somebody's significant other. Either Adeline or Karina's would be my guess, but I don't know, man. I don't get into that. I love how they're tricking you all the way through the phraseology of the vocal part of this song, where they're implying triplets, and then finally, like after 7 times of an implied triplet, they actually give you that hard triplet, and it just sounds fantastic. But that's right before we get to the 3-minute mark. Oh, man, and they rip off this fiery, real fast 11/8 section in G minor that just sounds so good, man. Just all this craziness flying around in 11/8 time. finally Karina decides she's done with like, chromatic scales and whatnot, and she goes into the diminished scales all the way through here, which makes sense because we land finally after like 3.5 minutes on a diminished chord, which resolves into A minor, and you get like a nice little Pink Floyd section of the song going there. You get some really nice flute playing for Matthew on this track later on the second half of the song, and it's kind of cool. And the song ends as that descending chord progression picks up again. What a great way to start the album. I mean, just fantastic. Next up is Ethereal Melodies, and this was the track that was Prog Magazine's Song of the Week last week. It's 8 minutes long, and Matthew, the flute player, actually wrote the lyrics here. Starts with acoustic guitar and flute with some beautiful keys in the background. You're in G minor, just a gorgeous melody on this track. I can understand why it won Track of the Week. It's really, really good. It's a mid-tempo kind of thing. There's not a whole lot of craziness going on. It is definitely driven by the melody and the arrangement. And towards the end of the song, you actually get a guitar solo. There aren't a whole lot of these on this album. Oliver rips a real nice solo, and it's kind of cool to have your guitar player as your third solo option, right? Because Karina takes most of the solo opportunities on her keyboards. She's a wizard. And then, Matthew gets a whole lot of time doing stuff on his flute. So Oliver is actually your third option as a soloist. Very, very cool. Next up is the longest song on the album. It's called Back in Time. It's like 14.5 minutes long. Starts with some real atmospheric, lush kind of sounds coming from Karina's keyboards. In fact, it kind of makes me think of the album cover. Like, as I'm listening to the intro of this song and I'm looking at the album cover, I'm like, okay, it's all making sense here, man. Lyrics here again are by Diego Gutierrez. And what's cool is all the way through the first couple minutes of this song, the mellotron's going, and it's on that flute patch. So you've got a mellotron flute, right? You got a regular acoustic flute. You got an E flute. You got flutes all the way coming up your eyeballs on this album, man. If you like flute, you're going to like this thing, man. And then the song picks up and you got that little, that Tony Banks Yamaha piano that he liked to play. But Karina's doing some tritones in here. Sounds real cool. Clement, the drummer, lays down a real nice fat 4/4. This song is just a simple 4, but he keeps it real interesting. Got a real good style. He does a lot of tricky little things. Nothing real flashy on this album, but if you listen, the drumming is outstanding, man. He does a lot of cool little, tricky little skittish things that, like, why did he do that? It's really great. He's fantastic. You get a little Canterbury middle section that maybe makes you think a little Jethro Tull also because the flute's all over the place. And then you get a piano-driven middle section with the, real cool sounding 7/8 rhythm going on here. Lots of proggy stuff going on here. Very cool track. Absolutely fantastic. The penultimate track is called Prelude, and it is just that. It's just a minute-long synthesizer interlude that leads you into the final track, which is called Coexistence Part 1. It's 11.5 minutes long. It is an instrumental. That's a little bit of a gutsy move, if you ask me, to end your debut album with an 11.5 minute long instrumental. Yes, absolutely. This song starts with the guitar figure in 7, which is cool. Then it slows down at some point, like around the 4-minute mark, and you get the guitar, the flute, the synth going again. Very beautiful section, very, very lush, and making me think about where these guys got their start from, like a Renaissance troupe, because a lot of this stuff does have that little medieval or Renaissance flavor to it. And then we get to this real cool staccato piano section, this syncopated piano going craziness. It's very, very proggy and a little dark here. Most of this album is real bright, but this is like a little dark section. Really nice. And then the album ends with like these watery sound effects and Karina's keys in the background. Just stellar, man. I mean, how do we do it? I was going through this booklet here, right? And looking through here. Let me just show you what you get when you buy the CD. All right, there's everybody. Nice little lyric sheet. Only 3 of the songs got lyrics, but you got the lyrics there. Got the CD here. In the liner notes, they actually thank Mark from ProgRockEssentials.com, making me wonder why it's not on his label. But, he can't sign everybody, right? He's got to make some money along the way. So, Mark, we love you. Anyway, we're going to be doing something special for ProgRock.com Essentials very, very soon. Stay tuned for that. But anyway, what's my score on this one? We kind of started talking about Mark Monforti when we were talking about Oddleaf. I don't know how that happened, but again, my score, I'm giving this thing 8.5, man. What a great debut album. We've got Sycophant, Emerald City Council, and now Oddleaf with amazing debut albums. Which one's the best debut album of 2024? I don't know. You're going to have to find out next month when we do all the year-end stuff. Anyway, boys and girls, I love you. Peace in the Middle East. Free Tibet. Free Willie. Free the Ukraine. Free your mind. Free everything. Free everybody. But just don't forget to save that king. Save King Chucky. Oh, that boy could really use your saving right now. Oh, he's back in the UK, but I don't think he's feeling so good. So bring him to America. We want that boy over here. Well, that cotton picker could use some saving right now. He could use some thoughts and prayers. He could use our prayer warriors. Oh, King Chucky, we got to get him okay. Oh, I love that King Charles. Oh, he's such a good man. Oh, yeah, he is. I love Princess Di, too. Oh, yeah. Oh, what about Camilla? I don't know about that. I don't care about the British royal family. How about you? I don't care about that. But what I do care about is snakes. The snakes are going to be dancing. Oh, yeah. King Chucky, come on over to America. We're going to dance with snakes and we're going to feel all right. We're going to have an old time revival. Oh, yeah. Jesus save me. I love you guys. I'll see you Sunday when we are going to be talking about a brand new album from a band called Ageless. Me and Kevin from Prog Radio will be sitting down, talking to the boys in the band, listening to some songs off their fourth album. Apparently, these guys are alumni from the Neil Morse School. So how bad could it be? Tune in Sunday. I'll see you then. Peace.